Today's creative world is the world of Godzilla. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Hello.
My pleasure. Great to be here.
Good to be here.
I own the website Toho Kingdom.
I'm the site director / media relations of TohoKingdom.com.
I run a YouTube channel called Kaijutopia where I make stop motion videos.
Is there any new stories of Godzilla that you can share with us?
I guess it depends on when this airs in terms of how current it is, but the thing that I'm interested in right now is Godzilla Day is what it's called. It's something that Toho has kicked off. I can't remember the exact year they started the trend, but November 3rd, kind of every year now, they do something for the anniversary of the original Godzilla film, the 1954 one. This year, what they're going to do is they're going to produce a very short film they're going to launch online, which is Godzilla versus Hedorah. Kind of an ode to the old 1971 film, but using a more modern suit for Hedorah that they created back in 2004. And in that film that it was used in, which is Godzilla Final Wars, you didn't get to see that suit very much. So I'm really looking forward to just this short film and seeing that suit used a bit more for the audience. So that's what I'm looking forward to. They have interviews and a few other things that they're doing that day. So it's a nice online event for Godzilla fans. In terms of what we're doing, I'll be honest that in terms of arranging interviews with people who are related to Godzilla media or related to merchandise that's being created, I'm less involved in terms of arranging those and scheduling those interviews. It's a lot of the incredible staff that we have. For example, Nicholas Driscoll, who lives in Japan, he's paramount in arranging a lot of those interviews. Patrick Galvin is also great. Chris, who I mentioned before. They really do a lot of the incredible legwork in terms of arranging those interviews. Usually my involvement is, superficial, like for example, doing Photoshop work, doing the coding for the website to get the interviews up, things like that behind the scenes. I also do reviews and things, but generally I'm less involved in terms of actually arranging the interviews and things like that.
The most recent was the press screening of Godzilla vs. Kong. It wasn't like in a normally what they do is they rent out, I guess, a auditorium in a movie theater. LA Live in Los Angeles, for example, like an AMC theater, and then it's invite only, and then you go in, and while you watch the movie, there are people just sitting there watching you, making sure you don't, do anything with your phone, take photos and stuff. But this time it was at a, I forget the exact location, but it was like in a parking lot, and it was a drive-in. And what they did was they had you, they would give you food and drink and everything else and stuff. And when you drove in, it was like in front of like a green screen, like say your car is here and then there's a green screen right here. And they didn't tell me what it was for. They said, pull up here, park, we'll take your picture. And it wasn't until I got it emailed to me that they, had a Godzilla in the background. But that was interesting to watch it for the first time in a drive-in in a parking lot. I don't know if that'll ever happen again, but that sure was an experience.
I thought about this, just personally from what, I'm, from my contribution to the, Godzilla fandom. I, for my channel, recently did a Godzilla meditation video series. Life isn't always easy, so I wanted to make a series of relaxing videos that Godzilla fans can enjoy. Definitely, I think when I finish up school and stuff, I'm going to get back to it and definitely want to work on, behind the scenes, how to make Godzilla movie tutorials for Toho Kingdom in the near future.
So the last question, the title of the show is Creative World, right? So what does the word creative mean to you?
So for me, creative means exploring is my basic concept here. And I see exploring as something that really is involved in all parts of the creative process. It's something that is involved in the initial phase when you're kind of thinking about an idea or maybe an approach to something. But it's something that, and this is why I was kind of debating between this and the word iteration, although I kind of ended up using exploring, because an idea can really evolve over time. And I think that's absolutely part of the creative process. Either you as a singular person or you as part of a team, this idea that, as much creativity as you can, the idea can also blossom, it can grow. It's something that evolves with time. So maybe it's something that you do over a week, or maybe it's something that, and this is why I love websites, you come to a year later, 2 years later, and you think, you know what, I can do this better. You have a new idea, you start to explore things. And that's another element that I see as part of the creativity cycle.
Great. I like the part you actually combine your logical part and the passion as a kid that you had when you were growing up, into kind of business and it's being successful. That's fantastic. Thank you very much, Anthony.
Yep, my pleasure.
I wrote this down through my computer, but there we go, life.
Life,
and
meaning?
I find that when you create, you're giving life to something. It could be idea, it could be, anything physical, a child, obviously. But I'm finding that even through Godzilla, that even though the movies were, made in the 50s, 60s, whatever, a lot of visual effects artists, special effects artists, it's a big sort of inspiration for them. And because those movies were, created, and I found that to be, really interesting.
Wow, that's fantastic. Thanks for the awesome answer. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
I am prepared. Let me know if you see that.
To express your identity through art and passion, meaning?
It's definitely one of those choice words that is a matter of interpretation, but if you're able to express yourself in ways that you enjoy, in this case, I enjoy art, and that is something I'm very passionate about. So if you're able to express what you enjoy and you're passionate about it, I think you'll truly be able to embrace your creativity.
Great, thank you very much for inspirational answer. Thank you, Tom.
No, thank you. I was happy to do that, and it's just a joy to be here. Thank you so much.
Today's guests were Anthony, Chris, and Tom from Toho Kingdom. Thank you, guys. This episode will be available on YouTube this coming Saturday. For details, please check out our Facebook page.
Hi, this is Mariko. Could you tell me about what is the origin of the name Godzilla?
Sure. So there's two different stories there. One is the origin of the Japanese name Gojira, which is a combination of the words gorilla and whale. And in terms of the origins for the name Godzilla itself, well, they do sound similar, but from what I understood, it was more of a marketing decision at Toho in terms of trying to think of something that conveys the sense of, the king of all lizards. So that's where the name, Godzilla with the combination of Zilla came from. And I'm not sure if it's ever been tracked down who in Toho's marketing department actually came up with the name Godzilla. But it's definitely something that's stuck and definitely something that's kind of become a pop culture icon just because of the way that it's such a simplistic name, but really kind of conveys the scale of the character.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lisa. What is your favorite Godzilla character and why? What do you love about it?
So my favorite character of the Godzilla franchise is actually not Godzilla, surprisingly. It's actually Rodan, and the reason for that is because my father, as a kid back in the 50s, he saw that film in theaters with his mother. So it was a very special moment when I was able to see Rodan's 1956 film with my dad and kind of shared that moment with him. And then it made that kind of stand out a lot more for me kind of growing up, kind of having that legacy element to it. So it was always great to see Rodan kind of come up against Godzilla. I do like just that aspect that he's about speed. That's kind of one of his elements, is that he's a very fast character. But it's really just that fact that it was something that my father kind of grew up with and really kind of stood out for me amongst all of the franchise characters.
Yeah, that's all I had for you. Thank you.
Yep.
What kind of animal is Godzilla?
He's a mutated dinosaur.
Thank you. Hi, this is Mariko. I have a question. Is there interesting story behind the scene?
I think Gareth Edwards, the director of the 2014 Godzilla movie, in this one scene, one of the big revelations where Ken Watanabe's character, he plays Dr. Serizawa, he says the name, we called him Gojira, and Gareth Edwards is like, oh, this is like cinema, this is iconic, this is like one of the greatest new moments in film history, and all the other people on the set though are just like, yeah, sure, bud. Yeah, I'm sure that was great. That was a great scene. But like, I just think it's hilarious that Gareth Edwards, he's a huge Godzilla fan too, was so into it. And, you know, you could tell the fan in him was just squirming with joy. And then when he expressed it, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, all the other people on the film set that day were just like, yeah, it was good. But you could tell they weren't as big of Godzilla fans as the director was, which is a fair compromise.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, my name is Lisa. Your kind of love for Godzilla seems to date back all the way to your childhood, and seeing how far you've come here with your love for Godzilla, what do you think it is about Godzilla that makes it so interesting and appealing to a wide variety of audiences?
That's a great question. I mean, one thing that I thought about earlier was how it's interesting in almost every movie, Godzilla is different. He may not behave differently, but he also looks different. And I think that's part of, in a way, that encapsulates his large worldwide appeal, is that there's literally a Godzilla movie for everyone. I mean, are you looking for like some action-packed, you know, adventure? Plenty that we could name. Are you looking for a movie that kind of like dabbles deep in maybe just metaphor, human psychology with some strong moral lessons? We got you set. We got you ready for that one. Or maybe you're just looking for something fun and just spend time, you know, with your family, kids, just to watch something like just enjoyable for everyone. And of course, there's a Godzilla movie for that too. To me, I think Godzilla, you know, he evolves with the times, and there's always going to be a Godzilla out there for everyone.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. Thank you. That's all I had for you today.
Thank you so much.
Wait, there's part 2. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Some say there's no need to reinvent the wheel. Sure, unless you can make it better. All tires aren't created equal. The Nitto Ridge Grappler. Spiral wound construction enables our truck tires to be aggressive and ride incredibly smooth. Our tread and sidewall designs deliver off-road performance for even the most demanding terrain, while computer-simulated tread design delivers a quiet and comfortable ride on the highway. The Ridge Grappler goes beyond expectations. Nitto Tire, fueled by enthusiasts.